Hello, everyone. We will be waiting a couple of minutes for letting more people join us. Please hold on. Okay, we are back. I think the time for waiting is over. I believe more people will be joining soon. So first of all, I would like to welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us today in today's webinar about the new criminal investigation module of Innovatrics ABIS. My name is Alejandro Aleman, and I'm a solution manager here. And today I'm quite happy as I'm about to share with you our third ABIS 8 webinar. And here is some information about the criminal investigation module. This criminal investigation module is the result of continuous effort to enhance our ABIS with a set of features to support the criminal investigation use case. Today, we will share with you a complete feature set of criminal investigation tools that was recently enhanced after the experience we gained after successfully delivering some projects for criminal ABISs in South America and Africa. As for other modules of Innovatrics ABIS, all the features for the criminal investigation are accessible from a web browser. And think about it, guys and girls, sorry. This enables its usage in unlimited workstations and in multiple operating systems, even a tablet. This means you don't need a fat client to use the system. You need to install anything. And the best of all is that there are no requirements to purchase additional licenses per station. We believe that this is the way that we can help and make the power of biometrics more accessible to investigators in any country and any location, helping to solve the crime more effectively. So, who is here today? Some of you may already know me. I'm a solution manager here in Innovatrics, and I have been working and deploying large-scale biometric solutions with some of you and your teams around the world. Actually, I'm happy to see now in the list of participants many familiar names. Hello, hola. Today, I have a guest with me, and I would like to introduce Joseph Drogona. He's our ABIS product manager. He's basically the mastermind behind all this development on the criminal investigation module in our ABIS.
Hello, nice to be here with you, and I think that you will enjoy our presentation and our product overview that we prepared today.
I'm sure they will. So, just a little housekeeping before we get started. The duration of the session is expected to be around 30 minutes. If you have any questions during the presentation, please type them in the question box you see in the screen now where it is located. It's on the webinar's control panel. At the end, we will have time for Q&A session, questions and answers, so we will respond them. Also, this webinar is being recorded, so we will be sending you the recording after the session ends. So before we start, let's make a quick intro about us, okay? In Innovatrics, we identify ourselves as an independent provider of biometric solutions for governments and enterprises. Even while Innovatrics is a technological company, we believe our products are very human because they help to secure the world and trust between people. We have been building the world of instant trust since 2004. So far, we have reached the milestone of more than 1 billion enrollees worldwide in over than 600 large-scale projects, and this is in over 80 countries. The headcount is 170 employees, and we are proud to say that 15% of the resources are dedicated into research and development. This is actually what has let us be in the top ranked on the NIST benchmarks of biometrics. Okay, to the point, right? So let's explore the new features in the criminal investigation module. So far, I can tell our solutions have been deployed around the world, and also we have developed criminal ABISs in several places, such as South America, Africa, Middle East, Southwest Asia, and we are continuously working on improving this module in order to fulfill the user requirements from around the world. So this has been a work of enhancing for different use cases or different variation of use cases. Evidence types. ABIS can store several types of evidence. Evidence, for example, that can be used for biometric matching, like prints or faces. They can be extracted either from a photograph or video, for example. The second type of evidence is the SMT, or body characteristics. SMT stands for scarce marks and tattoos, and they are described by the SMT codes on the EBTS specification. So in this case, when working with body characteristics or SMTs, the identification is done via matching textual codes, not biometric, but textual codes. In this case management, of course, you also can add different types of evidences. It doesn't have to be biometrical, doesn't have to be any sort of picture of an individual, but it can be any other type of evidence that you may consider necessary to be kept in the same place. And to be, of course, it will be view only, no? You will not be able to match something not biometric. Now, let me talk about the cases. Inside of the criminal investigation module, all the cases or all the evidences are grouped into cases. And a case can store any type of, any amount of number of pieces of evidence. This evidence is created from the files you upload to the system. For example, scans, photography of a person, or even CCTV cameras. And all of these evidences can be used for matching. Now, look, the investigation module has two types of views of this evidence. The first view, or the default view, is the file view, where the evidence is displayed as it was uploaded to the system, exactly like that. The second view is the person view, and here is where your evidence is grouped by the person that was identified on it. However, at the moment, it is only enabled for the video evidence. Now, let's talk about the features for fingerprint identification, or anyway, print identification, meaning fingers, palms, or latents. Okay, prints, why? I mean, of course, like, I would like to clarify why we decided to add latent fingerprints investigation module into our ABIS. And basically it is, and probably most of you know, if not all of you, that we care about the customers and we will listen to you. Therefore, when you will listen your operational needs, we try to minimize them. We try to go with them along with your requirements and minimize the pain you may experience with current systems. So, for example, criminal experts usually have a thick system, like the one you see on the screen now. This has to be installed or licensed in the local computers, and of course, it has to be supported by the operating system. And this is usually used to perform identifications. But now, we have created a thin client, a web client that can be used to do the same operations, and it is totally web-based, so it can be distributed, or actually it can be used among a larger amount of users. This Of course, you can see in the UI, we try to keep the user experience in top. So the interface is really easy to learn and to use, but that doesn't mean it is not powerful, because it is actually quite powerful. And we will see in the next, in a few minutes. The investigation module contains evidence, an evidence editor that can enhance the evidence to improve the visual analysis, of course, for the specialist, but also improving the evidence for automatic biometric identification. As I said, this is totally web-based, so you don't need to install anything on your computer. This can be either even used on the field by a police officer or any location in every operating system. It features several enhancement tools like color filters, let's say gamma correction, temperature correction, and so on. Also, in the case of fingerprints, tool for detection and drawing missing point, minutia points on the prints, latents or normal fingerprints or palms. Last but not least, it also supports visual annotation images, and it has a history that that will store all the steps you have done in edition, so you can even roll back if you need to a previous edition. You will also see this in a couple of minutes. So, in a way to resume it, ABIS has a tool for this adjudication, the comparison of evidence and results of the identification. In here in the screen, you can see it will display the requested number of candidates on the right side. The user can, of course, the specialist can browse among them and try to compare the similarity of the evidence and the candidates. In the middle, you see a real-time representation of it, and on the left side, you see the actual evidence you are processing. Once the criminal specialist is sure that there is a match between the evidence and one of the suggested candidates, and it is possible to mark that match as a hit. This hit will create a persistent relation between these two entities, and as a result of the match, a report will be created, which will contain all the data related to this evidence and the enrolled applicant. But also something very interesting is that you can export this report. You can export it as a PDF. You can either print it, or actually you can export these samples as a zip file. And this zip file will contain the samples unedited and also edited after some corrections you may do. This is quite helpful because it might allow you to personalize the reports that you need to present for court. Okay, like the last time when I was here, I don't want to keep this in pure slideware software. So we will do right now a hands-on. Joseph will help us with this. We will be editing a fingerprint. We will do auto detection and manually adding missing minutia points. We will then also identify the print against the database, perform the adjudication, and mark it as a hit. So Joseph, please, I'll let you.
Thank you. I will share my screen. I have prepared several evidences that will be used during these showcases. So first is the latent fingerprint that is already uploaded in our system. And now I would like to identify the person that can be behind this fingerprint. So just I click on the identify button and the comparison tools is opened where I can see the preview of the fingerprint. The very first step of fingerprint, latent fingerprint identification is to be sure or visually control if the latent fingerprint is ready for identification and check the minutia point. So it is done in the editor tool. And here you can see the latent fingerprint lifted from some crime scene and the minutia points that already are detected with our system, because our system tries to detect, automatically detect and prepare the fingerprint for identification. But in this case, you can see that here are two overlapping fingerprints. So if I left the minutia points as they are, that might result some inaccuracy of identification. So in this case, I will remove all the minutia points just by selecting them and clicking on the context menu. And now I will draw another region of interest where I want to detect the minutia point. So just I will draw an area by polygon tool. And now I have a place where I want to detect the minutia points. I click on the minutia tool and let the system detect the minutia points. As a criminal specialist, I am responsible for the identification, so I have visually checked if all the minutia points were detected correctly, or for example, if some of the minutia points were left. In this case, I can see here, for example, is a reach that it is not bordered by endings, so I can manually add minutia points. I just place where should it be, set the orientation of the minutia points, and then select the type of minutia points, and the same for the another ending.
This is quite nice because you are actually telling the system where to look for minutiae and not rely only on automatically detected minutiae, no?
Yeah, that's true. Also here I have a bifurcation. Adding the bifurcation is similar to the ending, just place, set rotation, set the type, and now I am ready for identification. In this case, I just only close the editor. The evidence is automatically saved, and behind opening the comparison tool, the identification process starts. The systems and displays the list of matching candidates, the best matching candidates that are ordered by the identification score. I can browse between these candidates and compare it with my latent fingerprint. So I will return back to the best matching fingerprint, and now I can visually compare these both fingerprints. I can align both fingerprints to the same axis just by double clicking on each minutia point, and also I can see the matching score for each pair of minutia points. It is displayed in this context menu. And here, as you can see, are these two endings that I added, and the system recognized it and defined it as matching minutia points. So when I am pretty sure that this is the match or hit, I can confirm it here. And with this, I say the system creates a persistent relation between evidence and the enrolled applicant. And if I want to see whole the report, as Alejandro said, that could be used, for example, for court purpose, I just click here on the hit detail, and here I can see all the system knows about the applicant to whom the fingerprint belongs to, and all what I know about the fingerprint, latent fingerprint. Here is the visual comparison of both fingerprints, and the latest is the list of matching minutia points with their matching score. So at the moment, it's all from my side, and I will hand over the control to Alejandro to continue with the presentation.
Thank you very much, Joseph. I really like the minutia edition part. I think it is crucial for law enforcement specialists, especially in the cases where the latents are of very bad quality, and only the human side of this process can be more precise, where the human can detect, okay, this is really a minutia point, or this is not, and actually do a proper match. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, well, let's continue with the next part, next modality, and it is the facial modality. So, this facial modality, I can mention that it can be obtained or extracted from pictures and videos. I would like to clarify also that we decided to add this video investigation module to our ABIS because perhaps we all know, we all have seen it even in our countries and TV and so on, that in the past, the investigation part of a video required a person or a group of policemen or law enforcement officer to analyze several videos. We're talking dozens or more, no? So this means they have to spend hours watching a video or several, trying to find links between them, trying to find persons. And even though going to the ABIS, creating a capture of this person if they manage to identify somebody, and then submit the identification to ABIS. So we believe that we need to improve this for everyone's benefit. So what we have done is to enable the video module on the investigation, criminal investigation of ABIS. So all these tasks can be automated, and this will allow to significantly decrease the amount of time that person or entire police department might require to detect potential, criminal, terrorist, whatever it is. The work with the faces is quite similar to the work with fingerprints. Of course, there is no addition of minutia points here or addition of them, but the same tools can be used for evidence enhancement, analysis, and identification results can also allow you to even improve the adjudication and the hits you might need to adjudicate. To work with faces in videos, we have added, as I mentioned, this video investigation part. And for this, probably most of you already know, because this is also one of our products, but we have integrated SmartFace with the criminal investigation module. And this is, SmartFace is our flagship in the space of analysis of video sequences from CCTV cameras or any other type of video stream. So adding this to our criminal investigation brings us a lot of benefits because we are able to detect faces on such videos, and then after that, of course, perform several identifications to identify the persons on these streams. So the video module is able to display these identified persons, and it will allow you as well to add different annotations made by the users. This means annotating like objects in the scene. It could be any type of object, of course, or events. So marking these events could be seen on for further analysis or justification of some law enforcement procedure. Just a second. Okay, so like the last time, this is not slideware, and I would like to ask Joseph again to show his magic.
Okay, thank you. So in this case, I will try to identify people based on their facial photos. I will show you the annotation tool that we prepared for the comparison tool, and then I will show you how to identify person from CCTV camera and how to filter them based on the age and gender. So let's go on. I will return back to the case where I have all the evidence. So first is this person, face of the person that is coming from the dark. The work with the evidence is similar to work with the fingerprints. So just click on the identify button. In this case, you can see only half of the face because the rest of the face is in the dark. So we can use the editor to enhance the image. So I open the editor, choose one of the color filters tools, and in this case, I will try to increase the gamma, increase the amount of signal in the picture, and here I can see whole the face. When I am satisfied with it, I just click on apply and close the editor. Now I am ready to start the identification. The system already displayed a list of candidates, again sorted by the identification score, and you can see the hit. So in this case, the criminal is me, and this case is solved.
You're a criminal, okay.
So move on to the next evidence. It is a facial photo of man who wears a mask. In this case, I don't need to any editing of the.
There's something very interesting on this picture, actually. Like you see, the quality of the picture is low.
Yes.
It's half of the face. It's actually very bright, and Not only that, I mean, it's covered, not only the mouth part, but also the head. So I'm really curious, who is this criminal?
So let's start the identification. And we have the criminal.
Okay, that's me.
In this case, I would like to show you some other of our tools. It is the annotation tool. So I open it. And for example, this criminal has very nice, thick eyebrows. So I can annotate it and select it as a marking that is the same on both of both pictures. So just create a polygon about around the eyebrow.
For the people that is watching this stream, bear in mind that I'm just seeing now some delay. So if these clicks are very slow, so it's very possible that in the next part we will do some demo. You will see it somehow it like in framed. So there is a bit of slowdown. But please continue.
Okay, thank you. So I name the annotation. I can change the color of the annotation and finish. If I want the same annotation to have also on the applicant side, just I select the copy tool and it is automatically copied and placed based on the position of the eyes. So it is now evident that this size of the eyebrow is the same of the probe side and also on the reference side.
This is correct, and this is very interesting because, as you said, as Joseph said, the faces are normalized by the distance of the eyes, and then usually these proportions of the annotations will also be matching probe and reference sides, or evidence and the gallery.
Okay, and let's move to another case. In this case, we have a victim that claimed that somebody has stolen a tripod and, for example, some case with camera, and only evidence that we have is the recordings from CCTV camera. It is uploaded here as evidence. We don't have the identify button, but we have the play button. So just click on it, and here I have the recording from CCTV camera. I don't need to watch all the video. I can navigate to the person of victim. I know this is Petro Poliakos. It is displayed on the right side. So just double click on it, and I am placed in the video where the person occurred.
So this moment that he leaves the place, right?
Yes, he is leaving the place.
Okay.
So just play the video and see what happens. Here is a suspect person which tries to move to the his place, and in few seconds he will come back. And we have tracked him, detected his face, and because he was enrolled in the database, we have also his name displayed here. So I can click on the detail button here, and I can see everything that I have related to this person. So
you're really a bad guy.
Yeah, very bad guy. And the last but not least thing that I would like to show you is filtering data based on age and gender. We need a crowd, but not to validate the GDPR tools, we need some public persons. And that's why we decided to use politicians. And
for those that don't know what the GDPR is a European, how to say it, like regulation that limits the usage of personal information. Every country has something similar, so that's why we choose this video. It's public and it is not breaking any law.
Yeah. So I could just play the video as any other videos, and in this case I want to filter the people. So I will say just show me people that are with age higher than 60 and are of gender female. In this case, I have only 2 entries. If I want to see where this person occurred on the video, I just double click on it. Sorry, internet connection has been broken, perhaps, because I can't load the video.
And one question, what these colors mean under the name, like 160 and 88?
The first number is the quality of the face.
Okay.
The larger the quality, the better chance to identify the person. And the second is the identification score. It is the similar as face identification score. I will try to again.
If not, guys, you all know, most of you are from IT and you know what happens in live demo, so bear with us.
Another try. So it now worked. So here on the timeline, you can see the length of the tracklet where the person occurred in the video, and I can click on it and see what the person did in this video.
It's very nice. It is showing every moment that she was present based on this filter and the biometric, of course.
Yes. So the last thing that I want to show you is the person view, as was mentioned in the presentation. If you have the name of the suspect and it is enrolled in the database, you can click on the person view, and now a list of identified person with their tracklets or visual representation is displayed here. I am looking for Ursula von der Leyen. I can click on it and see all the occurrences in all evidences that I have. Here is the name of the evidence. Here is the starting time of the occurrence of the person. And by just clicking on the entry, I navigated back to the video to the position where the person occurred first. So it's all from my side, and again, I will hand over control to Alejandro.
Thank you very much. Look, I think that this, I would like to share this comment, like this video processing is really powerful because it could allow processing several videos from several cameras or even persons near the crime scene. Probably you already know now with the smartphone availability, everybody is recording something. If there is a fire, there are 30 videos of this fire. If there is a Capitol attack, there are hundreds of videos of the Capitol attack, and so on. So we are basically able to process all these videos in one system and locate the same person across all these moments in time and places. And I think this is very powerful because this is something that probably the police wouldn't be able to do or achieve like in real human terms. Thank you very much, Joseph.
Welcome.
Okay, we have reached the end, and I would like to continue so far unless, well, I would like to mention the part of the masterclass. Most of you probably know, right? Sorry, I'm a bit thirsty. We do organize trainings and consulting sessions around the world. And in this session, we can talk with our partners about the best practices, do networking, discuss technical issues, tenders, specifications, error, and whatever is needed. So probably some of you already know or you have been there. And I can tell you that the next one is happening in Sao Paulo on August. The date is not known yet, but I believe it's the first or second week. It is going to be yet to clarify. But if you want, if you are interested in joining these masterclasses with us, please scan the code on your screen and fill the formula. You will receive an alert as soon as we know more details. Of course, the creation of these masterclasses depends a lot on the interest in the region. We did one in Mexico this year, one in Asia, and this next one is going to be in Brazil, in Sao Paulo. So for those interested, don't forget to scan the code and you can be in the you will be in the list for notifications. Okay, let's go to the Q&A. I'm not sure if we have some questions.
Yes.
How much time we have? I don't know if we have much time. We can try to answer some of them. Okay. For video investigation, what are the additional features besides face recognition? Well, I don't know if you want to answer, but I can mention two of them. Like, of course, the facial recognition is very nice, but you also can do filtering based on other parameters found from the person, even estimated age or gender. There are other features that you can use as well, like the annotating
face quality, for example, we can filter through. We will add soon filtering based on the name of the person or object.
Okay. Oh yes, also the annotation of objects and events in the videos.
Yes, you can add not only person, but you can manually create some annotation. You can, for example, select something in the scene that you want to highlight, and this will be highlighted as face.
Yeah. Is there a score for comparison? Yes. Every biometric matching is basically dependent of a score. And we do have this both in all the options, like when working with prints, any kind of print, also faces extracted from pictures or from videos. So yes. And also, I think Joseph explained us the colors in the screen. So there is also a score, a live score. Since the guy is wearing a mask, does that mean the identification algorithm relies only on eye position?
Not only.
No, it does not, because the eye position is mostly used now for normalizing the picture. We do have a more robust algorithm that depends on other factors, like the face position. Even actually can be totally sideways, like I'm having it now, and it can be recognized. So the eyes is a normalization feature, let's say, because even if the one eye was covered or the whole face, they will be estimated on the algorithm by the algorithm. Just a second, because this moves very strange.
Okay, we have.
Can identification still be done if the face has only one eye? Yes, it can be done. As I was saying before, it is based not only on eyes. It is just used basically now for, in the past, yes, we require the eyes. But at the moment, it is mostly used for normalizing, mostly. Also can be used for identification, but not now. Oh, it is moving. From a chain of custody perspective, how do you protect the integrity of the original digital evidence? So the evidence is stored internally in ABIS. Of course, it is actually stored in a special dedicated disk arrays. We actually ask you to provide them for us, because most of these things, like the database, are requirements for ABIS that has to be fulfilled by the integrator. So to say it clear, most of it depends on the infrastructure that you will provide for the storage of this imagery. It can be, I'm not sure if it's, I think it's encrypted, I'm not sure, but I think yes. And it will depend basically on this. The next part is, of course, like once there is, of course, these guys, crime scene photographers, of course, they should provide, there should be a process to deliver the evidence and upload it in the system. So the actual criminal investigator or forensic analyst, or actually not forensic analyst, but dactyloscopist who will analyze the sample.
I would just add something. Every time you open new evidence, a snapshot is created with the original version of the evidence, and when you edit it, at least the last version is saved to the database. But user can also anytime click on the create snapshot button that creates a new version that is stored in the database.
Okay, thank you. A full case management system must also gather for digital and physical evidence. Do you have to plan for this? Well, I'm not sure if I understand the physical part, but we do allow to currently only support files. I mean, these files could be biometric images, portraits, or evidence images, but only images or videos. At the moment, we are not storing or keeping track of physical items in some storage.
Yeah, but in the digital world, we can store also some documents and etc. But they can be also only downloaded from the system. There is no special support for them in our system.
Can I attend the masterclass online? Oh, I'm sorry. No, this is normally an event reserved for the integrators. This is why we try to do it in, let's say, important regions or easily accessible regions, like we did last time in Mexico. Now it will be in Sao Paulo. It was the last one. I don't remember the place, but in Singapore, I believe. Mm-hmm. So if there is interest, strong interest for we've realized that there is strong interest of one region to have a masterclass. Of course, we will plan one, and then you will be able to attend. The masterclass does not have cost for the partners. Basically, it's our way to invite you and spend time with you in a collaborative and productive manner. And we are happy to invite you to it. Can you do partial phase or SMT matching? Yes. Yes, you can use the more, of course, the more data you have in both in the phase or in the SMT codes, the better the result will be.
Yes, just to mention that SMT matching is done only based on the SMT codes. There is no biometric algorithm behind it.
That's right. Does the web-based application is responsive application, means the UI and fitting the device screen, desktop, tablet? Mm. I have worked with it. I haven't tested, maybe he will answer, but I have worked with it in the computer, in a laptop with Windows, with macOS, and also in a tablet of this Samsung tablet. So
if there is enough resolution, the appearance of the user interface is okay, but if it is low resolution, there is no such responsiveness, because you need to display all the tools that you need for the identification or for the image edition. So we need larger tablets to display our application on the web.
Do you support fusion score between several modalities? Yes, we do, but not in the criminal case, because at the criminal, when you're working with the criminal module, you are working with one modality and one evidence at a time. If it is about identification in normal situations with normal, like via API, it is of course possible, because ideally you will be sending more samples to the ABIS that will be compared with the reference on the memory and the database. Can you prepare lineups and mockbook and witness victim viewing sessions? I think not.
At the moment, not.
It's not at the moment. This the question is: can you prepare lineups and mockbook and witness victim viewing session? We don't do it at the moment.
But we are still upgrading the system in agile ways. So
this is true. Like I was saying in the presentation, like we have been developing this tool mainly based on requirements on the field. So if we see a strong demand for this feature, of course, this is something we'll be considering to add in the next one of the next releases.
And select number of photos.
Select photos to display. Yes. Well, it kind of is related to it, I believe. So the answer is so far not, but the same response applies. Okay, so I believe we have reached the end of the session. There are no more questions. So, of course, if you would like to get more information, you can get in contact with us. I will. It doesn't work. Yes, it's there. You can see there in the screen my email and also Joseph's. And I also would like to ask you to scan this code if you want to go to the landing site for the criminal investigation feature ABIS, criminal ABIS. So feel free to reach to us in case you have any question or you require some assistance from us. So I guess that's it.
Thank you.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.